My beloved child, do not ignore this moment too quickly. Because some relationships do not fall apart suddenly. They fade slowly. Through silence, distance, pride, avoided conversations, and people pretending everything is okay, while their hearts quietly drift apart. Pause. The message in your title is not about fear. It is about awareness. The phrase, choose wisely, means this. Stop treating love carelessly. Stop ignoring what truly matters emotionally. Stop assuming connection will survive without honesty, effort, and presence. Because even strong bonds weaken when neglected for too long. My beloved child, there are people right now who still love each other deeply, but are emotionally exhausted. Not because love disappeared, because communication did, understanding did, softness did. The relationship became reactive instead of safe. And now, something feels fragile. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever felt a connection changing slowly, while both people acted like nothing was wrong? The texts become shorter. The warmth becomes inconsistent. The emotional closeness fades quietly. And eventually, silence says more than words. That feeling matters. My beloved child, the hand being withdrawn in your title symbolizes support fading from the relationship. Not punishment from heaven, but the natural result of repeated emotional neglect. Love cannot breathe properly where ego controls every conversation. Peace cannot stay where resentment keeps growing silently. Connection weakens when two people stop choosing each other intentionally. Pause. This is why tonight matters emotionally. Because some relationships are standing at a turning point. Not finished, but asking for honesty. Asking for maturity. Asking for real effort before distance becomes permanent. My beloved child, some people think love survives automatically. But healthy love is protected through listening, consistency, respect, gentleness during conflict, emotional accountability, the willingness to repair instead of withdraw. That is wisdom. Think honestly tonight. What has this relationship truly needed that nobody has been saying out loud? Patience? Communication? Reassurance? Space? Healing? Honesty? That answer matters. Because ignored needs eventually become emotional distance. My beloved child, do not let pride make decisions your heart will regret later. Do not wait until someone emotionally shuts down before realizing they were hurting. Do not assume love will always wait forever. Because sometimes the greatest losses happen slowly, quietly, one ignored moment at a time. And if awareness has reached you tonight, perhaps this connection still has time to heal differently. If you stayed until this moment, Maybe your heart recognized something tonight. Maybe you realized love needs care, not assumptions. If this message brought you peace, clarity, or emotional understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive emotional healing and encouragement. And many support simply by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every act of support matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic, emotional content that truly connects with hearts. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone choose love before distance wins. Part 2: The silence that started changing everything. My beloved child. Relationships rarely break in one moment. Most begin breaking quietly, long before anyone says goodbye. Pause. In Part 1, you felt the warning. The realization that love cannot survive forever on assumptions alone. But now, we go deeper. Because there is something silently damaging this connection. And neither heart fully wants to admit it. My beloved child. It started small. Unspoken frustration. Delayed conversations. Tiny disappointments ignored instead of healed. Moments where one person needed softness, but received distance instead. At first, it didn't seem serious. But emotional distance grows through repetition. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever watched 2 people still care deeply, yet somehow keep missing each other emotionally? One wants reassurance, but stays quiet. The other senses tension, but avoids asking. One feels unheard. The other feels blamed. And slowly, love becomes heavier than peaceful. That is how silence changes everything. My beloved child. The danger is not always lack of love. Sometimes the danger is emotional disconnection. 2 people still attached, but no longer emotionally safe with each other. That hurts deeply. Because love without safety creates confusion. Pause. Many relationships suffer because both people are waiting for the other person to soften first, to apologize first, to speak first, to understand first. And pride quietly keeps distance alive. But pride has destroyed more connections than honesty ever has. My beloved child. This is your wake-up call. Stop pretending the emotional distance is invisible. Stop normalizing coldness. Stop acting like silence is peace. Because unresolved emotions do not disappear. They settle quietly inside the relationship. Until one day, everything feels emotionally exhausted. Think honestly tonight. What truth has this relationship been avoiding? The need for reassurance? The fear of vulnerability? The exhaustion from constant misunderstanding? The pain of feeling emotionally unseen? That truth matters. Because healing starts when honesty becomes safer than pretending. My beloved child. Some people believe love means never struggling. But mature love is not the absence of struggle. It is the willingness to repair together. To listen. To stay gentle during difficult moments. To stop turning every wound into a battle. That is what keeps connection alive. Pause. The phrase, choose wisely, means this. Choose communication over ego. Choose understanding over winning. Choose honesty over emotional hiding. Choose effort before regret arrives. Because one sincere conversation can save a connection that silence has been slowly damaging for months. My beloved child, you still have time to love differently, to respond differently, to protect what truly matters emotionally. And if both hearts become honest now, this story may not end in distance after all. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something inside you became emotional tonight. Maybe you realized that silence can wound love more deeply than conflict. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or emotional understanding, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive emotional healing and encouragement. And many support simply by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every act of support matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic, emotional content that truly connects with hearts. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone speak before love grows too tired. Part 3: The moment someone can no longer pretend. My beloved child, there comes a point in every strained connection where one heart grows too tired to keep acting okay. Pause. In Part 2, you saw the silence, the emotional distance, the small unresolved wounds, slowly changing the relationship from the inside. But now, something deeper is happening. Because emotions hidden too long eventually begin demanding honesty. My beloved child. For a while, both people tried to maintain normality. The routine continued. The conversations happened. The connection still existed on the surface. But underneath, something felt fragile. And one person has been carrying more emotional weight than they admitted. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever watched someone slowly become quieter emotionally? Not because they stopped caring, but because they became exhausted. Tired of guessing what the other person feels. Tired of pretending everything is fine. Tired of carrying sadness silently, while still trying to keep the relationship alive. That exhaustion changes people. My beloved child. This is the stage where hidden emotions begin rising. Not dramatically at first. Quietly. A heavier tone. Long pauses. Unexpected tears. A conversation that suddenly becomes honest. Because the heart eventually reaches a limit. And when that limit arrives, truth begins slipping through. Pause. The crossroad in your title is emotional. One path continues the silence. The other chooses vulnerability. One path protects pride. The other protects the connection. And tonight, someone is emotionally standing between those two choices. My beloved child. What truth is trying to come out? I don't feel emotionally close anymore. I miss how we used to be. I've been hurting quietly. I need reassurance too. I don't want to lose this. Simple truths, but powerful ones. Because honesty changes the atmosphere of love. Think honestly tonight. What emotion has been waiting too long to be spoken in this relationship? Loneliness? Fear? Frustration? Need for affection? Need for understanding? That answer matters deeply. Because emotions ignored long enough eventually turn into emotional shutdown. My beloved child. Do not fear vulnerable conversations. Fear relationships where nobody speaks honestly anymore. Because love survives difficult conversations more often than silent resentment. This is your awakening tonight. The relationship does not need perfection. It needs truth, gentleness, presence, the courage to stop pretending. Pause. Someone's heart is getting closer to finally saying what they've hidden for too long. Not to create drama. To save what still matters emotionally. And if honesty enters now, the connection may begin breathing differently again. If you stayed until this moment, maybe something touched your heart tonight. Maybe you realized that emotional honesty is not weakness. It is protection for real love. If this message brought you clarity, peace, or emotional healing, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive emotional encouragement and comfort. And many support simply by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every act of support matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic, emotional content that truly connects with hearts. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps someone finally say what their heart has been carrying. Part 4: When the walls finally come down. My beloved child. There are conversations that completely change the emotional direction of a relationship. Not because they are loud, because they are honest. Pause. In part 3, you felt the emotional pressure building, the silence becoming unbearable, the hidden feelings moving closer to the surface. But now, we arrive at the turning point. The moment someone finally stops pretending. My beloved child. It usually begins softly. A different tone. A longer pause. eyes avoiding distraction. A sentence spoken more carefully than usual. And suddenly, the conversation becomes real. No games. No emotional hiding. Just truth standing in the room. Think honestly tonight. Have you ever experienced a moment where someone finally admitted what they had been carrying emotionally? Not perfectly. Not dramatically. But sincerely. And the entire energy between you changed? That kind of honesty feels powerful. Because silence carried so much before it. My beloved child. This is where walls begin falling. Not all at once. Slowly. One honest sentence at a time. I've been hurting too. I miss feeling close to you. I don't want us to lose this. I've been scared to say how I really feel. Simple words. Deep impact. Because vulnerability softens places that defensiveness never could. Pause. Many relationships do not fail from lack of love. They fail from emotional protection. Two people caring deeply, while both are too guarded to speak openly. But tonight, someone is choosing honesty over emotional armor. That changes everything. My beloved child. The phrase, choose wisely, now becomes very personal. Because after honesty enters, both hearts must decide. Will we protect the relationship? Or protect our pride? Will we truly listen? Or keep repeating old patterns? Will we heal? Or continue pretending distance is normal? These choices shape the future of love quietly. Think honestly tonight. If both hearts were completely honest right now, what would change? The communication? The tenderness? The understanding? The effort? That answer matters. Because healthy love grows where truth feels safe. My beloved child. Do not rush to fix everything in one night. Real healing happens through consistency, through repeated gentleness, through emotional safety built slowly over time. But this moment matters deeply. Because one honest conversation can reopen a connection. That silence was slowly suffocating. And if both hearts remain open now, this relationship may begin feeling alive again. In a way it hasn't for a long time. If you stayed until this moment, maybe your heart understood something tonight. Love changes when honesty finally enters the room. If this message brought you peace, clarity, or emotional comfort, you'll see a QR code on screen and a link in the description or pinned comment if you'd ever like to support these messages. There is never pressure. Some support with $20 kindness. Some with $50 or $100 to help more people receive emotional encouragement and healing. And many support simply by liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing with 5 people. Every act of support matters. We're quietly working toward a $3,000 weekly goal to continue creating authentic, emotional content that truly connects with hearts. However you support, thank you. Because sometimes, one message tonight helps 2 hearts finally stop hiding from each other.